Welcome to our literary discussion today. We want to look at John Milton's Paradise Lost, published in 1667. John Milton was an English poet born in Bread Street, Cheapside, in 1608. He lived until 1674. Milton is known for two major works. One of them is Lycidas, published in 1637. Lycidas is a pastoral elegy. A pastoral elegy is a poem that combines the attributes of pastoral poetry and an elegy. So Milton wrote the poem to mourn the demise of his friend, his college schoolmate, Edward King. Lycidas was published in 1637. Another important work of Milton is the one that we want to consider today, and that is Paradise Lost. Milton wrote Paradise Lost in 1667. Paradise Lost is an epic poem. One thing that you need to understand about Renaissance writers is that they wrote, among other things, epic poetry. So what is an epic? An epic is a long narrative poem that is written in an elevated style and used to tell stories of heroic deeds by great men in society. Renaissance writers drew inspiration from the classical writers, especially Homer, Virgil, and so on in their writing of the epic. Now, Paradise Lost recreates the Bible story. In fact, from the title you will understand that the entire poem alludes to the Bible. So a major device in Paradise Lost is biblical allusion. So the Bible story that tells of the fall of man after being tempted by Satan the serpent in paradise. The serpent himself was pushed down from heaven after rebelling against God. Milton describes his fall thus: hurled headlong, flaming from the ethereal sky with hideous rain and combustion, down to bottomless perdition, there to dwell in adamantine chains and pain of fire. So the story of Satan, Lucifer, is recorded in the Bible in places like Matthew chapter 4, verse 9, 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8, Isaiah 14, and Luke 10, verse 18. In 1 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 1, we have where Satan's name is mentioned, first mentioned in the Bible. Satan is known as the adversary, as can be seen in the book of Job, chapters 1 and 2. He is the tempter and is the enemy of those who believe in God. The subject matter of Paradise Lost is man's disobedience and loss of paradise after giving into the serpent's wiles. Wiles is spelled W-I-L-E. That's some tricks. There was tricks or lies or deception. This story is recorded in the book of Genesis chapter 3. Paradise Lost is written in unrhymed iambic pentameter. That means that it is written in blank verse. A blank verse is a type of poetry that has meter but has no rhyme. A blank verse is a term used to describe a poem or a stanza of a poem that has meter, has regularity in rhythm, but without rhyme. So Paradise Lost is written in blank verse. That's why it is unrhymed. Alright, but it has meter. That's why it is iambic pentameter. It's in iambic pentameter. Structurally, Paradise Lost is organized in 12 books. Books 1 to 3 contains the invocation to the muse. You need to understand all the attributes or characteristics of the epic, one of which is the invocation to the muse. It was believed that in the realm of the epic, it is believed that poetry is an inspired art. So the poet could not have written the poem on his own. So he needs this higher power to embody him or her in the writing process or during the writing process. So the invocation of the muse is to call on the goddess of arts to embody the poet and take over the telling of the story. Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost begins with the invocation of the muse in books 1 to 3, which also includes the council in heaven and the conclusion of Satan's journey to the earth. Book 4 depicts Satan's entry into paradise. It also depicts Adam and Eve in the bower of bliss. Book 5 portrays Eve's dream and the likelihood of trouble in paradise. It also captures the visit of an angel to paradise. Book 6 provides summary of events so far depicted. Book 7 has its own invocation. In Book 8, Adam describes his own creation and that of Eve. The angel repeats his warning to the couple and then leaves. Books 9 and 10 capture the consequences of the fall. Adam and Eve also take steps towards regeneration. And Book 11 is the summary. Then Book 12 captures the departure of the fallen humans from paradise. Some of the concepts you need to understand about Paradise Lost are Mekalpa, spelled Meaculpa, which means throw my own fall. It's a Latin phrase, Mekalpa. Then you also have Felix Kalpa, which means fortunate fall. Felix is spelled Felix. Kalpa is spelled Culpa. It means fortunate fall. Felix is a Latin word meaning lucky, happy, blessed. So an instance of Felix Kalpa is illustrated in these words by Adam. Oh, goodness infinite, goodness immense,